Well, it's interesting. We did an exercise with them one day called the Privilege Walk, where we lined all of them up and began to ask them questions, which were yes or no answers about their lives growing up. And they would either take a step forward or take a step back. And one of the questions we asked was, as you were growing up at home, did you live in a home that had 50 or more books? And we only had one person out of 62 step forward. And I thought that was a remarkable indication of where they all stood in their lives.
Growing up as a child, I was blessed to have parents who read to me constantly. Both my parents were teachers, and my parents believed in education and believed in making sure that I had the best opportunity I could to be successful.
He started making me read and asking me questions about it. That was one thing that my dad always said, is if he asked you to read something, you can believe that he had already read it, and he was going to ask you something about it. So,
ask questions, young readers, ask questions while you're reading with your students.
You're looking at pictures together, and you begin to talk about things that you're thinking about as a reader, things that you're noticing. You might look at pictures on the page and you might say, oh, this reminds me of something.
Predict what might happen in the story. A lot of times parents don't know what kind of questions to ask while their students are reading or what to ask them about a book. But to retell or predict are good learning strategies.
Sometimes it's maybe a word that they don't understand. They haven't learned that in their vocabulary yet. And you're able to explain that and maybe teach them a new word. Or maybe it's just a question about, a description in a book that they can't really picture with their understanding. But it is fun. It's a lot of fun.
It opens creative thinking, not just answering a question or passing a test.
With 3 young children that are all in various stages of learning how to read, you can see just the excitement and the thrill that they get when they actually do learn, and the world of possibilities that are opened up.
I don't even remember who said it, but they said that the man who doesn't read isn't any better off than the man who can't read.